Hi, I'm Bill Dillon from Vero Beach High School.
And I'm Kristen Zaluki from Sebastian River High School.
Welcome to Young Minds, the only show in the county that tells you about what's going on with young people here in Indian River County.
Today we have with us Peter Bissonette. He's a Sebastian River High School IB student, and he will be attending the Naval Academy in Annapolis. I guess you're leaving when, Peter?
July 1st.
July 1st.
This is the second of our shows. Last program we had Andrea Twitchell on, who is a Vero Beach High School student going to the West Point U.S. Military Academy at West Point. And today we're here with Peter, who's going to Annapolis. So tell us a little bit about how you made your choices, what you were thinking about when you were going through your college makeup process, where you wanted to go, deciding. Tell me why you decided to apply to West Point and where else you decided to apply and all that good stuff.
Well, actually, I didn't apply anywhere else. I didn't apply to West Point. In fact, I applied to Annapolis.
Annapolis, sorry.
That was the only college I applied to.
Sorry, excuse me.
I really wasn't thinking about attending an academy at first. I was going to just go for a normal college. I wasn't even thinking about attending college. It was my junior year, and my athletic director, Mr. Studsky, I'm sure Kristen knows Mr. Studsky, he recommended to me that I take a look at the academies. Actually, he recommended West Point at first, and Ricky and I were both going to go there together. But I visited both academies, and well, West Point has communal showers and the Naval Academy doesn't. That was a large part of my decision.
Deciding factor, huh?
Yeah, needless to say.
It was a light.
I think a light just broke in our studio. Yeah,
Okay.
something's going on here. Anyway, they had communal showers or not communal showers,
Right.
at the Naval Academy, which will be where you're going. And why was that the only place you chose to apply to?
Well, kind of just because I thought I'd get in, and kind of because I just like to take risks sometimes. I like to live it on the edge.
And so you go there for 4 years, and then after that, how much time do you owe of your life to the military?
Come on, now that's such a harsh way to put it. I see as I'm getting paid, and I'm getting paid from your taxes, so 5 years, more or less.
Not bad.
Thinking about career?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. You're going to stay in. So when you get out, I remember talking from Andrea that she said when you graduate from West Point, you're a second lieutenant. Where are you going to be ranked in the Naval Academy, in the Navy, when you graduate?
I'll be an ensign, which is the equivalent of a second lieutenant.
So you're going to be kind of like on the upper half of the bottom of the totem pole, where you're going to, good
right,
room for advancement.
Enlisted and officers. I'll be at the bottom of the officers, but above the enlisted people.
Okay, well that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
And do you have any what are your plans for staying in? What's your time frame?
Well, I figure that you get a nice big fat pension after 20 years, so I'll stay in 20 or longer if it suits me. It just depends on how I fit in,
Peter, does the idea of living with, I don't know, how many students how many midshipmen is
4,000.
4,000. Does the idea of living with 4,000 people for 4 years and spending all your time with them, your whole life there with them, does that bother you at all? How does, No, not at all? You're used to it then, right?
Right, I see where you're headed. Kristen's trying to bring up the fact that I have 10 kids in my family.
Ouch.
9 brothers and sisters, and 10 including myself. 5 brothers, 5 sisters, even split, so,
So you're used to big groups, huh?
Yeah, there's 4 people in my room. So, needless to say, when I get there and they cram me in a small little dorm room, and they say, "How do you like that?" I'll be like, "Yes, space."
Yeah. So what are your hopes? Are you hoping to be a general? Or are you hoping to be a
Generals are in the Army. I'm hoping to be an admiral.
Admiral.
Right.
I really am getting these screwed up today.
No, Billy.
I'm really, really doing bad today. At least I haven't called you Nick yet,
No.
which might come sooner or later.
Actually, Nick is my name. No, it's
Don't
kidding.
confuse me because it's going to happen. So basically, you're looking for admiral.
Yeah, eventually. I mean, I don't expect to be admiral in a year or something. But,
So before you become an admiral, what is your tenure in the Navy going to involve? Are you going to be on shore? Are you going to be on an aircraft carrier, a battleship, or in a submarine? Or do you know? Or do you have any preferences? Or
Well, after you get out of the academy, you have a small variety of things you can choose. You can choose to stay on shore and go to a civilian college for grad school if you're good enough, or you can go nuclear power training, submarine training, surface warfare, which would be an aircraft carrier. Or you can always go flight, but I can't because I have bad eyes.
Oh.
I'm probably going to go to grad school on shore and become a doctor, or I'll go on an aircraft carrier, surface warfare, and just visit those neat little ports across the ocean. So,
Oh, that'd be pretty cool.
yeah, it would be pretty
Actually,
cool.
maybe living with 10 kids would have prepared you a little bit more for life in a tin can on the ocean. Do you feel, are you a little,
That's a way of putting it.
are you a little, leery about doing that, or
Well, what do you mean, like a sub or a...
either one? I mean, I'm sure there's not a whole lot of space on one of those boats with most of the, room dedicated to equipment and warfare, so.
Well, I mean, if you'd seen my room and you'd seen the amount of people in it, then I wouldn't really have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with the ocean, so, I don't have
That's
a problem
pretty
not seeing land. So.
That's pretty cool. Do you ever get seasick or anything like that?
The last time I went sailing, I don't know. I don't think I do, though.
Okay, well.
I don't get motion sick or air sick or anything.
Yeah,
Hope not going
probably
to the
won't.
Navy.
Probably won't.
Peter, I know you went to, well, I know you were saying the communal showers because I know you went to West Point with Ricky Brown. He's also a student,
Right.
IB program. He will be attending West Point. You went to West Point this summer for a week of training,
That was last summer.
right, last summer. What was it? Just the communal showers that made you decide on the Naval Academy, or what else were there in the deciding factors there?
It wasn't the communal showers. That's just my way of picking on Ricky. I tell him to bring a soap on a rope when he goes up there. So, no, I think West Point's a really beautiful place, and it's got I don't know, it's a nice campus, and the Naval Academy is too. I just I've always liked to travel. I enjoy traveling. I moved a lot since I was a kid, and I've always wanted to visit foreign countries, and rather than be stationed in Fort Worth, Kansas in the Army, I'd rather be stationed in Honolulu, Hawaii with the Navy. I mean, what can I say?
Hey, it's got its merits there, I would think. I know that from talking to Andrea a little bit about the procedure for applying to a service academy. Tell us your perspective, I guess, on what that.
Tedious. It's very long. It's nerve-wracking at times. I'd say the hardest part was the getting the congressional nomination.
So who recommended you?
Dave Weldon.
Dave Weldon. He also recommended Andrea. So
Really? Oh, that's good.
I think she said that you did 10 other people in his area.
Right.
So that's
They
kind
only
of
get
cool.
a certain number.
She talked a little bit about physical requirements. What are some, at least for West Point anyway, what are some of the physical requirements both for men, which are a little bit different than for women, and for Annapolis, which are a little different than for West Point?
Well, when you get up there, they do a PRT, which is a physical readiness test, and you're supposed to be able to run 1.5 miles in under 8 minutes and 15 seconds. You have to do 101 push-ups in under 2 minutes, and I believe it's somewhere like 100 and some odd number of sit-ups under 2 minutes.
So basically, you have to be in really good shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know that I can't run 1.5 miles in 8.5 minutes, so.
Well, you'd be surprised.
Yeah, I suppose you get a little.
You
bit
have
of
the right thing
motivation.
chasing you.
Yeah, I suppose you get a little motivation. How did you train? Did you prepare for that, or were you just really pretty well in shape for it?
Yeah, I've been eating a lot of donuts and drinking a lot of soda. No, I'm on the track team, so
really?
I'm pretty much ahead of the game on the running. And for push-ups and sit-ups, I do. They send me a little sheet that that outlines a good training regimen, and I try and follow that. And I'm doing pretty good. I'm up to about 80 push-ups right now, under 2 minutes.
You got a little ways to go, but I think you'll probably make it.
Well, I got a couple months.
Do you have to go to a basic training type program, or?
Yes, that's what the summer's for. So we get to run and do push-ups and sit-ups in these nice, grueling hot summer months.
Is that when you leave in July?
Right.
How many weeks do you have of that?
Until school starts, which is in the fall. So it's about 6 weeks.
Cool.
No, not really. Okay.
Hot,
But
actually,
if
would
you
probably
think
be
so.
the better exclamation there. Would be hot. Tell us a little bit about. Well, you told us about your plans afterwards. You told us about how you got in.
Peter, kind of surviving, the whole military academy thing. I know I'm looking forward to going away to college, but then again, I'm going to have the freedom of, doing what I please and leaving when I, want to come home. And when are you going to be allowed to come home, if at all, the first year? What exactly are the limits to what you can do while you're on, not campus, I guess, but I don't
Base.
know, on base?
Right. Well, campus space, kind of interchangeable. Well, for just normal leave during the year, you're not allowed to leave campus at all during the week. During the weekend, you get leave. I believe it's during the day on Saturday. You get time off from the afternoon. I don't know exactly what time until the late evening, and you have to be back at the academy before a certain time. And your leaves are Thanksgiving. You have 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
You get Christmas leave, which is actually pretty generous. I believe that's from when your exams end until January 5th. And then you get a midterm leave between the spring and summer semester. And that's about as long as the Christmas leave.
So you get probably 2 or 3 weeks off there.
It's actually pretty generous. It's more generous than I thought it was going to be.
Do you get summer off at all, or are you?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We get 1 month off during the summer, but it's paid. So.
Paid leave.
Right.
Are they all
That's
paid
nice.
leaves, or
Um,
how do they work your pay? That's an interesting question. I mean, is it simply all taken up by college, or do you get like a stipend for living expenses, or what?
you get a $100 stipend a month. It's just like getting paid to go to college, except they yell at you and scream at you, so that's what you pay.
I don't think I can handle that.
That's pretty much. I don't know. Do you have anything else? Or?
See, I hear about this all the time between
Yeah.
Peter and Ricky. I know pretty much. I remember though Peter sitting there in our theory of knowledge class and seeing you fill out your little papers for the
yeah.
Naval Academy, and just tedious like
How's
paper work.
how's the community reacted to, have you gotten any special honors or recognitions or anything like that?
Yeah, it's, to be honest with you, I don't like a lot of like exposure. I don't like being on the newspaper or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And there's been a lot of that. So like whenever I get a chance, I try and throw it at Ricky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Are you
I don't
Ricky? Are you close to Ricky, or?
I wouldn't say he's my best friend, but he's a good friend. I would definitely consider him a good friend.
Okay.
I talk
And
to him a lot.
comforting to know, I guess, that you have a friend, serving in the military with you, I suppose.
Yeah, it was kind of funny. He said, because we both get computers when we go up there, right? With email, they're equipped with everything. And he said that we should send each other email messages back and forth. And I was like, I don't know, if they catch me sending email messages from the Naval Academy to West Point, they might get a little suspicious there.
I talked to Andrea about some of the class, like she said that they're going to study probably a lot of, math and science at West Point. What do you study? What are you going to take? What are your classes going to be?
Well, I think pretty much with any of the academies, it's heavy math and science. To be honest with you, I think it's basically like a core college curriculum for the first couple of years, and then you just move into your field of major. They give you probably like light vocational training in your career that you plan to be suited for in the Navy. But other than that, it's pretty much based like a normal college curriculum.
Do you have any idea what you're going to major in?
I plan to major in biochemistry, computer engineering, or electrical engineering. I'm not completely sure yet.
Cool. And you're going to probably stay in the military with that,
Yeah.
that major. Cool. Hey, they got a nice pension, like you said earlier.
Yes, they do.
And you can't beat that.
And you pay for it.
Free
so that's
education.
very-
On his way to Admiral, so.
And definitely, I know the Navy has wonderful technology on campus. I mean, probably the best.
Oh, absolutely.
The military best
They
in going into. If you want to go into medicine, you'll definitely be ahead of the game with their equipment and technology.
They told me they have a big wave tank, and while I was up there visiting, one of the guys told me that they took a break and went surfing in it once, and I just got a kick out of it. That was very funny.
Cool. Well, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm about done. Okay, so, from Young Minds, I'm Billy Dillon.
And thank you, Peter, for coming and sharing with us about the Naval Academy. Wish you the best of luck, definitely, because you're going to need it. And, keep in touch with us. Let us know how it is. And I'm Kristen Zalewski. Thank you for joining us.
Please join us again. See you guys later.